Good morning, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comedian and host of Bachelor Recap, a guy's review. Happy Groundhog's Day. How's everyone doing? You doing all right today? We got a quick video, a Good Morning America interview with Matt James. Good Morning America being the propaganda news source for all Bachelor content. They get all that morning after info that we all crave so much. So let's go right into this. This is Matt James, just dropped this video this morning on Good Morning America. Let's hit play. We'll watch it. We'll recap. If you like this video, hit the like button. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you guys are doing with this season. If you think the Bachelor Nation producers are addressing the bullying in a right way, or are they fanning the flames? Let's watch and find out.
Matt, good morning to you. Always good to see you, my man. Is bullying the right word? Is that what you would call what we're seeing on the show?
Yeah, you know, when you break it down, any type of name calling, I think that people try to pass it off as just playing around, but it's really not playing around to the people on the receiving end of it. So, you know, when that was made aware to me, I had to act on it.
Hey, Matt, do you think this is a matter of just a couple of bad apples that are in this bunch, or is something about the nature of this show, which is a competition, that kind of maybe have people showing some of the ugliest sides of themselves?
I think it's just a combination of high emotions and being in a stressful environment. You know, you are dating one person with a lot of other women, so I can't imagine what it's like to be on that side of the rose. And, you know, I can't fault any of these women for getting emotional, but when the name calling and the persistent making the environment uncomfortable for other women in the house, that's when I kind of when it's brought to my attention, I've got to act on it. And
again, you're watching it back now, and you're seeing some of their conversations. You're seeing some things yourself for the first time. Are you seeing things you wish you had known then and maybe would have caused you to act differently, maybe not hand out a rose had you seen some of the behavior behind the scenes?
You know, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So all you can do is act on the information you have available to you, and I don't have any regrets. And you know, when things come up, you got to handle them. And I think that's what I did last night. And going forward, I think that we're going to have a little smooth sailing.
Matt, you looked flat out frustrated and angry at times in the episode last night. Did you find at some point, as we were watching you, did you ever get to a point like, what did I sign up for? And maybe this isn't the right way to be finding a mate.
You know, the frustration comes from you having that limited amount of time to spend with the women. So I want to be spending that time to get to know them. But when you're having to address things like I did last night, though they're important, it just takes away from time that I really get to get to know these women better. And that's where the frustration comes from.
Do you just accept that this is, look, it's supposed to be drama. It is a television show. It's been on for a long time. But something they did was introduce a new group of women to the women who were there from the very beginning, and that kind of set up a dynamic. And did it do what it was supposed to do? Was that the center of so much drama?
Well, you know, I can't say that it did what it was supposed to do. I'm hoping that it wasn't something that was made to cause drama. I'm hoping that those women have just as much of a shot that the women who were there before have, and there's no difference between them coming later and being there when the first woman got there. So I just try to treat everybody equally, and that's what I'm going to do going forward, and hopefully it shines through as the episodes progress.
And you sent two women home because of the behavior. Why not give them a second chance?
You know, this opportunity doesn't really allot for second chances. You're on a crunch of time, and when I see that my connection with you is starting to wither, and I see signs that are not what I'm looking for and my wife at that time, then I've got to act on it and focus my energy and efforts on the women who I'm forming those strong connections with.
Well, again, some criticism has come because there was just that toxic environment as viewers watch. But again, a lot of folks commending you at least for stepping up and nipping it in the bud when you saw it. So Matt, good luck the rest of the way. We'll see you back here with your fiance in a couple of weeks, okay?
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right. The Bachelor airs Mondays, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central.
You know what I love about this? They've got the same sort of joie de vivre that we do in Bachelor Nation, where they're like, we'll see you next time with your fiance. And then the co-host is like, well, no denying it. Everyone's looking for that scoop. That's what makes this show still popular after literally years, is that every year there's a fresh new story. as humans, we're trying to unearth some truths there. You're looking at that interview, trying to look at the shade, through the reflection of the window, like it's a Zapruder film, wondering if, he's got someone in the background, trying to look through the retina in his eye to see if there's anyone back there. By the way, I made a video a few weeks ago about how Matt James is a bad roommate. And I don't know, his living room looked clean there. His former roommate accused him of always having friends over, making copies of the keys, and was a real pill, which I don't disagree with. You can be a bad roommate in one scenario because you don't respect your roommate, and then you can be a good roommate moving forward. Now he lives with Tyler Cameron in what I believe is like a $6,000, maybe an $8,000 apartment building in, I think, the East Village or somewhere in lower Manhattan. And clearly he's living the dream over there. I don't know what that face is all about, though. He looks like he got stranded at sea. He's got stranded at sea beard right there. And I guess he's just hunkering down on this offseason. By the way, I loved New York City got a snowstorm today. And a former New York City resident, there is nothing like New York City after a snowstorm. The snow just insulates you from that normal hum of city life. Oh, must be so beautiful out there. Until 10 hours after the snowstorm, when the white snow turns into city sludge. If you've lived there, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, very interesting interview in the sense that we learned nothing. Matt James is great with his PR, but it was funny when he was like, the interviewer said, why don't you give these bullies another chance? And he goes, there ain't time for more chances on this show. And he's so right. It's like, look, unless he really likes you, you don't get a second chance. All you have to do is be the bare minimum. Don't bully others. Be there, coexist peacefully, and that's it. He shouldn't have to come in and be like, you got to go. You got to go. But that's exactly what he had to do. As always, as I always rail on The Bachelor, no mention of the quality of girls and bullies that The Bachelor brought onto the show. What, do you think they just plucked 15 random girls from the mall and this is the drama they got? No, they did psych evaluations. They did all these pre-interviews. This is what they wanted. They wanted this type of nonsense. And then we look at it as if this is a collective of the normal, populace, and it's not. This is the most catty, drama-driven group that we've probably ever seen. There are good contestants within that, but squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? You only kind of hear the problems that you have. The check engine light was on, and he said, you got to go. So that's exactly what he did. I don't know. Sort of interesting. These are just a fluff interviews that you get from Good Morning America, but I figured we'd share it with you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Matt, I think he did a great job when it came to addressing all of the nonsense. I just think it's funny that this can go on for 4 or 5 weeks before he even knows. And that's kind of how it is. He's on his side of the campus doing his thing. He shows up. Everyone's lovey-dovey. He goes away. Next thing you know, they're inventing slurs to call each other. They're all over the place making crazy defamatory accusations, this and that. It's a wild ride, but that's the Bachelor process. And anyway, I'll be back with you guys later on for some more videos. So hit the subscribe button and hit the alert bell to get notified whenever I have new content coming out. And we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.